Hello guys, this is continuation of my previous session where we had discussed about a couple of basic commands which is used in Linux in day-to-day activities or day-to-day administration purpose. And those were something like pwd, ls, mkdir, cd, mv, cp, rm, and touch. If you haven't gone through my previous session about this basic commands of part 1, you can just go through that. And in this session, I'm going to continue the previous session. Couple of things which I have left with the touch command, which I haven't shown was what was the file content or something like that. I'm going to create a couple of files with the touch, and I wanted to show you what exactly it's going to do, and then I will continue from there about the files management using a couple of commands. So if I just create. Before that, I wanted to show you that there are no files in this directory. So I'm going to create a couple of files as a Kalash1, Kalash2. So these are the files. Now you can see that, and if you want to read that file content, you will use cat command. So there is nothing in Kalash1 file and Kalash2 files. So if you just do the long listing, you can see that these two files are created with 0 bytes. That's where we can make it out. This touch command is creating files with without any content, and there is no size. So we can say it's a 0 size files and empty files, which is touch is creating here. So that's about touch, which I haven't covered in previous session, which I wanted to give exact information about the touch over here. And now, if I wanted to write some content in this file, you can use cat and output redirection to that, and give some file content here. This is Ganesh Gaguturu. Welcome to my channel. Happy learning. So this is what I gave in this file, and if you try to read that file content, you can see that there is a file having some data inside that, and you can see that it was previously 0 bytes, now it's a 63 bytes. So that's how we will use. And if you want to add some more things to this, Kaleshravan, I wanted to add the extra line to this after this happy learning. I wanted to add, please like and subscribe to Relation Tech Fusion channel. So now with the cat and output redirection to this Kalesha one file, we have added one more file. Let us see whether it has been overwritten or added. So you can see that the line which we have provided in previous command, it has been added to here, like please like and subscribe to Kalesha Tech Fusion channel. So this is how we will write the files using cat command, and we'll read the files using cat commands. And as you can see here, this is a single greater than symbol, which makes that it is going to write the file content in some file where we will use. And if that file is having any content, it is going to clear or overwrite complete content with the content which we are going to give. And if you want to append any line or any data to this same file, you have to use this redirection operator, which is double greater than. And there is one more redirection operator which we will be using cat one. So something like that. It will use as input redirection. So this is the input, and these two are output redirections which we will be using for output redirections parameters. So that's about cat and IO redirection parameters which we will be using. And let me see, there is some file content, and I don't have any file content in other file. So I wanted to show you one more editor. Suppose in cat, we will be able to write the data directly to the file or append the data, but we can't modify the data inside that. If you want to modify or edit the data, write any data, most of the cases will be using VI or Vim editors in Linux. So just you can go to vi or vim to that file, and you can see there is a couple of some data, and I'm just you can use arrows to move left and right and up and down in this vi editor. And if you want to edit any data in this file, you have to press I. So you can see at the end it will go for insertion mode. And once you are in insert mode, you can just move the cursor and add whatever the data you wanted. And you have something like and I'm just adding this content, and I wanted to save this file. You can use colon and W, colon with W. In once you press escape after entering the data, once you press escape, it will come out from insert mode to command mode. In command mode, you have to put colon and W, so that press enter, it will write the data. You can see that this file has been written, this data, whatever we have made the changes. Now again, I wanted to insert some data, and again press I. So you will be in insert mode, and just go to the file and try adding some data again. And after that, I wanted to add a new line. Thank you for. So and press again, I have pressed escape. I have come out from insert mode to command mode. Now what I'm doing, instead of colon W, I'm giving WQ, and which will say write and quit from our vi editor by saving that file. And if you want to make it forcefully, you can use this um, exclamation mark, which will save and quit from there forcefully. So that's how we have written the file using vi editor. And now I can just go to see there is new lines which I added. The new line which I have added this, and I have added this data in vi editor, and these dots and these exclamation marks using vi editor. So that's how we use the two types of editors. And other than this, we have something like nano editor, and there are a couple of editors which we can be used, but most of the cases we'll use cat and our vi editor. In my day-to-day activities, I mostly use vi editors and cat for writing the data and editing the files, something like that. And now in real time, we have something like let me take let me go to var log directory. So we'll have many files over here, and I wanted to read any one file. Let me see which file is a bigger one. So if we see this last log, and we will have something like docker.log. Let us just read this file with the cat command. So this is having lot of lines in this file. So basically, if you want to check the number of lines, we'll use a WC command, which is a word count, and this pipeline option. I mean, so just let me take you to this. Pipeline option is used to redirect our one command output output as input to another command. So here we are just redirecting the command cat docker log file output to wc-l, where wc is a word count, which is going to count and give the number of lines because we use the -l, and apart from that we have -c to give word counts, something like that. So if you see these many words are there in this file, and that's how this wc command is used in most of the cases. And if you see here, there are almost 1,54,000 files, which 1,54,000 lines in this docker.log file, where you will not be able to troubleshoot find the latest information or latest configuration files, or I mean latest information which is going to write in this Docker log file, or if you want to see something step by step, you can't see that. So in this case, we'll use more docker.log file. You can just start checking from starting of this file. So if you see it's starting from here, and if you see it's showing that more 0% right now, and press space bar, it will just switch page by page, and it will show that output to us. You can read the lines, and you can find out the log whichever we wanted to find. And in some cases this will be huge log file, and we can't go line by line or page by page to check. In most of the cases we'll have something like error message or something like that. So if you wanted to just get a specific word pattern to check over here, you can use docker.log and pipeline to grep. Grep is used to uh, find the pattern, or search the pattern and print for us those lines in our screen. And let me see if I have something like Docker. Oh, that's a lot of Docker. And let me see something like if I can get something docker.log grep for error, if we have something like error. Oh, even error also we have a lot of lines, and you can see here that error also it's getting so many things. And let me search with this exact pattern. So I'm trying to search for this pattern in my Docker file, and it shows only those entries. So if you want to make the difference, how much it is showing, grep error wc-l. Previously we had something like 1,54,000. Now it's a 6,000 files. And if I go to only this pattern, it shows 895 files. So something like that. We will just try to shrink our required combinations by using these commands. We will do some data extraction or manipulations using these commands to find the required error messages, or to troubleshoot the files and to read the log files where we have huge lines over there. So that's two commands more. And using grep, where we can use we use for reading the log files and troubleshooting the issues. And which is the reverse for more, you can use less. So it's the same like uh, more, it shows space by page, but it's something like less command, it shows less this one. And we have something like tail command, which will show the last lines of our file. So if you tail, it shows the latest entries in this file. And if you feel this is not sufficient, if you want to tail something like for 50 lines or 20 lines, you can use tail hyphen n, a number of lines on this Docker file. Docker log file, you can see that's showing 20 lines over there. If you want to go for higher than that, you can change the number to 50 or 100, something like that. And in similar way, we have head. If you want to check the topmost of this file, you can use a head Docker file, head command. It shows the starting of that file. Instead of end lines, it shows start of lines. And it's the same in head also. You can use head hyphen n 20, which shows the first 20 lines of that file. So this is a difference between head and tail. And in some cases, we'll be using some aliases, where you can set up a couple of commands to run. So something like this, I set up alias K for kubectl, which is for Kubernetes purpose, and ls for ls hyphen hyphen color auto, which is these two aliases are configured in this mission. So that's how we can set up our we can set up using alias command these things. And you can set like alias K equal to kubectl, something like that, and you can get those aliases which is configured using this alias command. And if you want to, suppose you are trying to work on some commands which you are not aware of it, so You can just find it using the help directly from Linux. And in our case, let's say I wanted to run some systemctl commands. You can use systemctl-h and hyphen hr hyphen help, which shows that list units, list sockets, or something like is active pattern if you want to check something. So all those you can get the documentation from Linux machine itself instead of going to some Google or finding that these things. You can just try to explore the things using this help command on Linux, which will be useful for you to find out the possibilities which you can use for your day-to-day activity. And other than this command help, you have something like man command, which can be useful to explain you about the command. So I think this is not available. We have to install some package for that. So basically, this man command is used to even explain about the command options, all those things. Now, so if you want to find the only operating system type, you type hyphen uname, and if you use uname hyphen r, it shows that the what type of kernel or something, all those things it will be coming in uname. If you want to check all options, you can use uname hyphen a. So it's a Linux and a host name and the kernel type or something like this. You can find it. So that's about uname, and if you want to check run level and also this is not used. I think in uh, CentOS 7 we will not use the run level. We will use so in CentOS 7 it's something like systemctl get default. So you can see this graphical dot target. In RHL6, we used to RHL6 or CentOS 6, we used to use this run level command to find our run level. But in CentOS 7 onwards, it's something like systemctl command, which is used to find out the default run level which we are running on this mission. So these are the majority things which we use on our day-to-day activity. And if you want to get the history of all commands which you have run, you can use this history command, which shows complete commands which you have run on your mission, on your home user directory. I mean, within your login, you can get it. So this is how we will be using these commands on day-to-day basis. And these are the basic couple of commands which we will be using in most of the cases in our day-to-day working environment. And there are a couple of hardware commands which is used for finding our hardware. So it's something like LSBLK to find your block devices, something like SDA, SDB, SDC. There are three block devices for this mission. And there is LSCPU command, which shows the processors on this mission. So the architecture, CPU, and then you have something like how many CPUs and online CPU list, and then thread per core. All these options will be uh, all your CPU configurations and hardware configurations will show here about the CPU. And it's there is something like LSHW. I think it's not available. It requires some package to install. It is something like similar to this LSCPU and LSBLK, which shows the hardware information. And we have free command where it shows the memory. And this is a free command used in most of the cases to troubleshoot your hardware resources. And this free command is something showing memory in bytes. If you wanted to get memory in MBs, you can use free hyphen M. And if you wanted to get memory in GBs, you can use free hyphen G, which shows I have total 7 GB and free 6 GB available for me. So if you see here in GBs, it's showing 7 GB, but actually it's around 7.7, which is around 8 GB. So that's the difference when you go for free hyphen M and hyphen G. In most of the cases, don't rely only on hyphen G. You try to get a hyphen M because we will be having some number of bytes and memory will be differs from here to here. And that's about the free command. And we have something like DF, which shows our disk free or something disk details. And if you use only DF, it will be very difficult to find out the space and all. So in human readable format df-h we will use it. So you can see the size of that partition, and you can see how much is used and how much is available, something like this. So this is about a DF, and if you want to find disk usage of some files, in most of the cases when we troubleshoot about the disk systems, du-sh and the file name if you give, if I want to alternative slog, so it shows 28 KB. And if you use a du-sh star, it shows complete file sizes, which is utilized by those files which are in our current directory. So this is how we will use a du, df and all. And in there is another command which is useful for us to troubleshoot for SAR. When you use a free command, it shows only the current hardware utilization. So if you use a SAR-R, I think it requires to install this SAR-R and SAR-U. These two commands is going to show you the memory utilization completely, and memory and CPU utilization for last 24 hours completely. So in my previous command, I have missed one yes, so that's the reason it was showing unable to locate the package systat. Now I give exactly, so I'm going to install that. So it has installed the systat command, a systat package. Let me try that SAR now. So cannot open where SAR, no such file order. Please check if data collecting is. So this is basically I'm running on WSL mission. Maybe because of that, it's not able to run. Let me try to get some CentOS or Linux machine remotely. Then we tried this SAR command over there. So I'm connecting to my one of the CentOS 7 mission. So I'm right now inside my mission. So let me see if I can run SAR command. So SAR is not available. So let me install this stat over there. So you can see here with the systat, I'm trying to install with m package module management. So you can see it's a systat is going to install, and it's trying to install the required dependencies as well. And right now that's done. Now the installation is completed. Now let me run that SAR-R. I I think there is something wrong. Let me try to fix this. Even CentOS 7, I'm not getting this. So basically, this SAR command will be trying to write some files inside this SA directory. And if I check that SA directory inside log, I'm not able to find any files over there. So it's because of that systat service is not started. We just install a systat. So we have to start that systat service. So right now, let me check the status. Now it's up and running, and let me check the files. So you can see that SA13 is available now. Now let me run that SAR. So you can see it's just started now. It is showing now from this time 11:06 p.m., which is this server current time. And with the -R option will show the memory information. -U option, it will show the CPU utilization. So we just started this pack service, and package installation completed and service started. We don't have any past information, but if it run for 24 hours, it will capture the 24 hours information for every 5 or 15 minutes, something like that, over here, and it will show that complete history for past 24 hours. So this will be very helpful while troubleshooting the resource utilization for last 24 hours from the server itself, instead of going for any monitoring tools and grab that information. So that is some basic hardware information and basic commands and how to troubleshoot a couple of resource utilizations and log files using a couple of ways to grab the patterns and find the required information from those log files, use log files. So these commands will be very helpful for day-to-day activities and day-to-day administration purpose. And I hope this is informative for you. And I will see you in my next session. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and I will try to uh, clear as much as possible for as per your queries. And thank you for now, and see you in my next session.